What's up, tubers? It's your boy Itchy, and I've got my last PlayStation 3 game unboxing for you tonight. And fittingly, the game is The Last of Us. I'm gonna unbox it, kind of show you what's in the box, like we normally do, and we'll go from there. The reason this is my last is because I am moving away from purchasing or doing any more support for the current gen console as I prepare for the next generation. So for the next 5 months, all of my gaming will be on handheld devices, either the Vita or the 3DS. I may do a little Xbox gaming because I'm not selling that, and the only reason I'm not getting rid of the Xbox is because I'm not going to be purchasing the Xbox One. So, packaging's off. Let's talk about the back. It shows some funky looking guy here attacking the main character, and it says, and I guess his name's Joel because that says it right there, and Ellie is the young lady right here, and brought together by harsh circumstances, must survive a brutal journey across the U.S. in a dangerous post-pandemic world. Very interesting. The apocalypse zombie whole genre is really in full steam right now. So this game should flourish because you got Walking Dead, you got World War Z that's about to come out. You got a lot of different zombie themed things. The Walking Dead game itself by Telltale is doing well. So that's it. You've got an online pass for this game, and you cannot play without having one of these. I guess if you do purchase it secondhand, you'll have to buy one of those. That's something that we've kind of got accustomed to, but has been a huge point of contention for this gen, for the next gen of consoles. You've got these cool Naughty Dog stickers, which are awesome. And Naughty Dog is the same company that brought you Drake's Fortune, which is a great game. And this game is no different. It received a perfect score from IGN, one of the few games to do that this year, I believe. Here's another picture of the main guy, Joel, and the main two people, Joel and Ellie, in the inside. That's pretty cool. It's nice and dark and bleak, and you've got the actual disc that has art that mimics the front case, minus the two people. Yeah, so we'll pop it in. We'll look at the intro as we normally do, and that will be that. Please comment and let me know if you purchased this game, if you're planning on purchasing it, or if you're like me and you're not doing any more purchasing until the next gen of consoles comes out. Alright guys, so here's the intro to The Last of Us, and I want to talk about a couple other things while we go through this intro and just kind of see where you guys' head is as it pertains to the next generation of consoles. One of the things that I really wanted to talk about was whether you are still thinking about getting the PlayStation 4 or if you're thinking about getting the Xbox. A lot of people, will try to sway you one way or another, just keeping it honest with you, but my opinion is this. I think that PlayStation absolutely ran away with E3 this year, and I think that they are more in touch with who the gamers are right now as compared to Xbox. And no, I'm not an Xbox guy, but that's just the way that I feel. I think that Microsoft kind of went out and said, we're going to tell you guys what it's going to be and you're going to like it, because they've been spending a lot of money to get a lot of content first on a lot of big name titles, namely Call of Duty, and they just thought that, anything was going to go this time around, and that turned out not to be the case. As a matter of fact, at the time of me making this video, Microsoft has recanted and backpedaled on a couple of things that they were initially going to do with the Xbox One, one of which was making it where you had to check in. Now they're saying you don't have to check in once initially when you power up and set up the console. So they've stepped back on that. Another huge thing they stepped back on is used games and how used games are handled. Basically, the experience with Xbox One, as Microsoft is saying now, should be exactly the same as the experience is with the Xbox 360, and that's a great thing. And Xbox guys, like it or not, you guys should really be thanking Sony for this, because if it had not been for Sony and PlayStation taking the stance and doing what was right by gamers, this would not be happening. They could have easily told the line of developers and everybody else and said, no use games. We're going to monitor everything you're doing. This is going to be the situation. But they decided not to do that. They decided to, side with gamers versus siding with money. And it's evident in the console price. It's still $100 cheaper. And a lot of people will say that $100 is due to the Kinect. Well, most hardcore gamers aren't going to use the Kinect, because most hardcore titles aren't going to have Kinect functionality, and that's just the way it is. That may change this generation, but I doubt it. And those are big reasons why I'm not getting the Xbox One. It doesn't appeal to me as a hardcore gamer. Yes, they have some great exclusives that I saw, but if you think Sony's not going to have a great exclusive lineup of games on its own, you're foolish. Hell, look at this game you're watching right now. 10 out of 10, probably going to be 2013 Game of the Year. It's just a kick-ass game. People love it. I I dig it because there's a humanistic part to it, and I just think it's an overall game. And that's what Sony does. That's what they did with God of War. That's what they did with Drake's Fortune. That's what they did with Resistance. That's what they do with Killzone. That's just what they do. And it's not really them, it's the studios that partner with them, but I have to believe that they have some hand in the content in the exclusive content that these studios are bringing to the table. And Microsoft has to this point not had just the blockbuster exclusives that Sony has. They've had some. Gears of War and Halo have been great, but the Xbox One does look promising in that respect. But I mean, it's just not enough for me to change over. And at this point, the question out there remains: have they done enough to satisfy their fans that are gun shy at this point, because they said that they were going to be monitoring them. The Kinect may or may not be looking at you the whole time. That's yet to be seen. They were putting all these restrictions on how you share games. So did that deter enough people? It obviously deterred a lot, because next gen console sales were hurting enough that they said, we gotta swallow our pride and come out and say, hey, we're gonna side with Sony and make things just the way they are right now, because the gamers have spoken. And that's frankly a little unusual. The funny thing is while this whole thing was unfolding today, and again actually yesterday, which would have been June 19th, I was sitting there looking at a bunch of different sites, and they were trying to compare the whole Microsoft Xbox One thing to Steam, which is a PC gaming service. And that's just not a fair comparison. And let me explain to you why. With Steam, here's the deal with Steam. When you sign up for Steam, you're not getting any physical property. You understand that you're downloading games for use and under their terms, and you agree to those terms. With Microsoft, you may or may not be downloading games. You may be buying physical games out of the store, which is one big thing. And an even bigger point is price point. Steam has some of the best sales and prices on games I've ever seen. Steam is just an awesome service for that fact. But you understand, to keep games down, to keep piracy down, to keep cost down on Steam, you understand that the situation is not such that you have the opportunity to share. You just know it's your copy, and that's it. If your friend wants to come over, they can play it with you, whatever the case may be. That's not necessarily the case with the Xbox One, because how are you going to make it such that, or try to compare it to Steam, when you're not giving any kind of huge discounts? You're charging full retail for a physical copy in the store and telling people what the hell they can do with it. That's the same as if you bought a pair of Michael Jordan shoes, and he said, okay, you can't wear these in the mud, you can't wear them on rainy days, you can only wear them on beautiful days and on pavement, and you can't hand them down or give them to anybody else, or nobody else can wear them, only your feet can go in them. A lot of people be sitting there saying, like, what the fuck? But I mean, in essence, that's the same kind of thing, because that's a physical item that you And I know it's not the exact same thing, but it's in the same realm. But that's a physical item that somebody's trying to tell you what to do with it. And my point is that people have a really hard time being told what to do with physical, tangible items. The next thing they'll be telling us is we can't throw shit in the trash when we buy it. I mean, or break games or deface games because it's not your property. You're paying for it. It's yours to take home and do whatever you want to do with it, but it's not yours. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I think it's really interesting, and there's pros and cons for both sides, and they all cry about the developers and the studios not getting a lot of money, and I I don't disagree with that, but this is what I do know. I know that everybody can't afford, and a lot of people that's watching this video right now can't afford to go out and buy new games. They have to buy used because they just don't have the means to buy new games. And there's nothing in the world wrong with buying used games, and that should be allowed for consoles because the name in and of itself spells it out. It's a game. It's there for you to have fun. It's there, and I know a lot of money goes into making and producing it, but it's there for you to have fun and to use as a stress reliever or whatever you want to do with it. And I think that there needs to be some sort of ideology out there between producer studios and console companies to understand that, hey, a lot of the people that support our hardware and software can't afford new. And don't get me started on GameStop and their shitty practices of trade-ins and everything. But they do give you an option to save a few bucks that you otherwise could use to buy a meal or do something else. And at the same token, not everybody can afford internet. I'm not going to go back into that argument either. But my point is that we can't and we don't live in a black and white world. This world is plenty gray, and there's a lot of in-between space. And what that ultimately means is that the people that are making the rules, the people that are making these consoles, the people that will continue to make consoles, and as this console war continues to heat up, have to understand that this is not a black and white deal. This stuff is out there. So I mean, the people that are buying and using this stuff are out there, and they all have very unique situations and very unique needs for what they like in a console. I've said it once before. I know people that would like nothing better if they never had to log online to do anything, and you got people on the other side of the coin, me, that's always online. So that aspect doesn't particularly bother me, but you got a lot of people that don't want to be on the grid like that, and I think you should have a choice. That's the beautiful thing about purchasing something. You're purchasing this to do with it what you want to do with it, not what they tell you what to do with it. I mean, when people start telling us how to play our games and shit, that's getting real scary, particularly physical games. A lot of interesting comments and topics I'm sure will spring up from this. But again, let me know what you guys think, and let me know where your head is. Did Microsoft's backpedaling, omission of guilt today, that, hey, we fucked up, this is what we're going to do to make things right, we're going to allow you to do whatever you want to do with the used games, to an extent what's happening right now. Did today's breaking news from Microsoft sway you one way or another? Did it sway you back to go and pre-order a Xbox One? Did you cancel your PlayStation 4 pre-order, or are you gonna get both? Or did you say fuck it, too little too late, I've already pre-ordered, I don't trust you guys anymore at this point? I'm going with Sony because they came out of the gate telling us what I wanted, telling me what I wanted to hear, telling us the gamers what we wanted to hear. Let me know. I can't wait to hear from you guys. Again, this is the intro of The Last of Us, the first little bit, the kind of movie scene. And this is a great game. I've been hearing nothing but great things about it. And this will be the last PlayStation 3 game that you'll see from me. The next gaming console stuff that you'll see will be on the PS4, hopefully, which, by the way, does not have a release date yet, but I'm betting it will drop anytime between and this is a wide range, September and early December, if I had to guess. Got to, because there's too many hot games that's coming out in that time frame. Let me know what you guys think about a release date, and let me know what you guys think about The Last of Us. Let me know what you guys think about the consoles. Let me know what you guys think about this particular commentary slash unboxing. Something different that I like to start doing once the PS4 comes out. Anyway, guys, it's been fun. That's all I've got. This is the majority of the intro of The Last of Us. Hit that like and subscribe button. Can't wait to see you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.